There are exemptions to these latest laws, so that's a load of bollocks as well. It's the latest bit of evidence that with the biggest majority in history, the McGowan government is finally comfortable showing its true colours. Red. It seems every man and his dog is cashing in on State Daddy's good looks.
Casuarina has a new resident.
Next time you see a cop talk about how bikies are masterminds controlling vast criminal networks, just remember they're talking about people like this guy. Rebel bikie Samuel Wilmot has just been sentenced to 2 years and 10 months for an elaborate theft of $500,000. He went to court yesterday with a tattoo of $500K on his face and was probably still surprised when District Court Judge Linda Petrusa sent him straight to jail.
He was a retard.
This guy is a true one-percenter. In arithmetic, remedial English, and all the other slow learner subjects he took in his last year of high school, which was probably grade 9.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
Samuel loves the rebels.
You complete me.
But doesn't realise the rebels don't love him back.
It's not you, it's me.
Senior members of the rebels, like experienced criminals in all outlaw bikie gangs, need morons like Samuel.
Because they do their dirty work.
Yeah. When someone says to Samuel, hey, can you put a half a kilo of meth up your ass and smuggle it over the border?
Pick me.
Samuel says, sure, let me just go down to Chemist Warehouse and grab some Laxets to clear out some room.
Oh, too much information.
The senior bikies convince him everything will be okay.
It's not illegal. It's frowned upon, like masturbating on an airplane.
Until he gets busted and he's arguing with this guy over who gets to be the big spoon. One-time lone wolf bikie associate Dylan Mancuso could be top and tailing with Samuel in jail after he asked a judge whether it was okay for him to go back to prison. He's going to be in there anyway soon because he's awaiting sentencing over his role in a crime operation the Australian Federal Police say netted $1 million in cash and 3 luxury cars. Dylan sprang to national prominence in June when he was outed as a part-time underwear model.
That is not a good look.
That picture was taken after police rescued him when he was kidnapped by other underworld figures who sent images of his bloodied face to his nearest and dearest as part of a $2 million ransom demand.
Nothing a bit of makeup won't fix.
He'll need to cover up more than his face. The McGowan government's tough new bikie laws are about to become active. They're passed through Parliament and now going to the Governor for final tick-off on behalf of Her Majesty. Even the Queen hates bikies.
You're a spoilt, immature man.
If you're a member of one of these clubs and you have been convicted of serious offences, you will be banned from hanging out with your bikie mates. And they can't display club insignias publicly, including tattoos.
Even my tramp stamp?
Tough laws here out west.
And didn't the government let us know just how tough? In a press release, we were told tough new laws would make WA the toughest jurisdiction for bikie gangs. This from a mob who in opposition said the people of WA deserve better than politicians running around beating their chests and saying how tough they are. It was a full court press from the government, not just the Premier quoted, but also the Police Minister and the Attorney General. McGowan told us, we will not tolerate outlaw motorcycle gangs. Papalia told us, we won't tolerate our neighbourhoods being used by bikie gangs. And Quigley told us bikies will simply not be tolerated.
The triple threat. And they were all seriously intolerant.
Quigley went further, saying gangs would be banned from advertising, recruiting, intimidating and committing violent acts.
How often do bikies advertise?
They don't. What does the AG think the coffin cheaters are on Facebook Marketplace? Wanted, new members, must have half-kilo rectal capacity. And you can't stop them recruiting, so that's a load of bollocks as well. And it's already a breach of the criminal code to perform intimidating and violent acts, so that whole sentence was a complete waste of time.
You're such a cynic when it comes to bikie laws.
Laws to control outlaws?
Yeah.
Yes. Here's why. There are exemptions to these latest laws. Under the Criminal Law, Unlawful Consorting and Prohibited Insignia Bill 2021, you can hang out with bikies for religious purposes. You can go to church together. So expect to see a lot more of these scenes outside your local chapel.
Okay.
See, boss? I told you that ad in the church bulletin would pay off.
And there's a clause in the legislation that allows bikies to fraternise for purposes of trade. which I assume is designed to allow you to be on the same building site as other bikers if you're all brickies and chippies, but we'll probably see gangs set up businesses in their clubhouses and give each member a small share.
Like 1%?
Nice. So it will be business as usual on that front. And what if they trademark a particular insignia? Trademark law is governed by federal legislation, which generally overrides state legislation. Lawyers are going to get rich figuring all that out.
I tell you what, the Premier should trademark his face.
Seems every man and his dog is cashing in on State Daddy's good looks. Mark Wong, a Perth marketing guy, has come up with a way to make some quick bucks with State Daddy-O's cereal, available on Facebook Marketplace, right next to the Coffin Cheaters Drug Mules Wanted ad for $24.
Well, have you seen it? Well, it's not the oddest thing that's happened to me in the last 2 years, but it's up there.
It's not the only McGowan merch on there. There's also T-shirts. On eBay, you can get a mask to make you look like our 30th Premier. They're $8.90 with free postage. State Daddy stickers are $5. You can go the whole hog with a full-size Mark McGowan cutout for $78 with $14.50 postage and handling. And to make it a very Mark festive season, don't forget your personalised Christmas cards.
I reckon the unions will be sending him a Christmas card.
Will they ever? Union officials will soon be able to go into the private homes of employers under new laws the McGowan government is introducing to the upper house. The government is arguing that with so many home offices and everyone WFH at the moment, a private house can be considered a workplace. And unions are allowed to go into workplaces. So if you, say, run a beautician's or hold Pilates classes in your home, the next person knocking at your door might be one of these guys. The Industrial Relations Amendment Bill will allow union officials into homes as long as it is exceptional circumstances and as long as they have permission from the WA Industrial Relations Commission. The bill is being overseen by IR Minister Stephen Dawson, who is part of Labor's Left faction, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of the United Workers Union, who are the ones who want to go into your home to make sure the weekend sewing class you are advertising on Facebook Marketplace isn't a front for one of these.
I got good news. We're extending arts and crafts time by 4 hours today.
My fingers hurt.
It's the latest bit of evidence that with the biggest majority in history, the McGowan government is finally comfortable showing its true colours. Red. They gave CFMEU officials a free pass so they don't need to show proof of vaccination when they go onto building sites, even though everyone else does. And United Workers were given an exemption that allowed them to sidestep strict essential personnel only directives for aged care homes during the last lockdown.
Everyone bends the rules a bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit of outlaw in all of us. I'm Ben Harvey. For more Up Late, click the subscribe button below.